The Padres just signed Jake Cronenworth to a 7-year extension. April Fool's Day, or for reals day. We'll talk about it on this episode of Padres Talkin Padres. Oh my gosh, Jack. Okay, so originally we were just going to be talking about the first 2 games of the season, which haven't gone so well, but this is so much more fun to talk about. According to many different sources, the Padres have inked Jake Cronenworth to a 7-year extension that starts next year, 2024, so it won't count to this year's cap. They already have an arbitration deal for $4.5 million, somewhere around there. And, I got to say, Jack, I kind of joked about the April Fool's thing, but I was a little, because it is April Fool's today. I was like, is this April Fool's? Because this was the extension I did not expect at all, especially with, was it Jackson Merrifield? Who's that guy? No,
Jackson Merrill.
Jackson Merrill in the wings. I thought maybe he's the Jake Cronenworth replacement eventually, but no, we apparently have Jake Cronenworth for another 7 years after this.
Well,
talk some sense out of this for me.
Well, fan favorite.
He is,
right?
Absolutely.
He's solid defensively.
Mm-hmm.
I still like to have him at second base over first base. I think he's a better second base. I mean, not that he's a bad first baseman. Yeah. He's the with the numbers he puts up, it's better. It matches better with second base. But then what are you gonna do with Kim?
Yeah,
who's a fan favorite. So
yeah.
And a great defensive second baseman. Great defensive player, I should say, because I really haven't seen much of him at second base yet.
He had one error opening night.
And yesterday in the first inning with Martinez pitching, they should have got out of the first inning with a double play. And some reason Bogaerts was, because you see Manny fields the ball, looked and he hesitates. He has to wait because nobody was covering. I mean, I don't know where they were positioned. I mean, we don't have the shift anymore, but they're still they're not in traditional spots. I mean, they're still moving around.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened there. We were lucky to get 1 out.
Yeah.
Let alone 2. But if he gets a double play, we're out of it. But anyway, I like the deal, but I think eventually we get a power hitting first baseman and we move Cronenworth back to second.
So, does this mean, you mentioned Kim, does this mean we don't extend Kim? Because Padres adore Kim.
They adore him. The fans love him. He's off to a good start hitting wise. I don't know. I mean, he's too good defensively to DH. I mean, do you DH Soto maybe? I mean, try and move Kim to the outfield. Could he be a good outfielder? I don't know. I just it's almost like, okay, do we make a mistake signing Bogaerts? But no, Bogaerts is a great player.
He's hitting well. You can definitely tell the difference between Kim being there and him being there so far. I mean, it's only 2 games, so whatever. But there's just a couple of plays like Kim would have made that I've seen so far. But everybody's getting a feel for it, and it's gonna take a little time to kind of readjust and settle.
Well, you got 3 of the infielders were at the World Baseball Classic.
Yes. Yeah.
So Kim, Bogaerts, and Machado weren't there many people? Well, all the teams were doing that. Yeah, all the teams were doing that. But we have 3 of our infielders were at the World Baseball Classic. Yeah. So, and of course, Soto was there also. Yep. So we'll see what happens. But I love I love me some Jake Cronenworth. He's a smart player. Yep. And that he's got a high baseball IQ. Yep. And again, he's going to hit you. He's going to hit you. Heading off your hitting last year, average wise, but he's a good 270 hitter. Yeah. 20 homers. Yeah. 80 RBIs. That's a solid player. Yeah. That's a building block kind of blue collar player that you need, for a winning team. I mean, really, he had one of the greatest hits in franchise history. The Dragon Slayer himself, again, totally happy that he's going to be at the Padres long term. I definitely thought he was one of the ones
we would let go, especially since we have, potential replacements in the future. But to your point, Jack, fan favorite, coach's favorite, player favorite, and him being here long term, I think is a good thing. I'll be curious to see, because there's no actual reports on what the actual money agreement of this is, just the years, and that it begins in 2024, earning $4.225 million in 2023. So it'll buy out 2 more years of his arbitration, and then
2 more years, yes,
after that. So I think, again, I'm excited by the signing. I wonder what that means for Hassan Kim. Do you think Hassan Kim gets extended? Like, what's your percentage that you would give he is also extended? Because you can't have 75 infielders.
You can't, but with the DH though, you could give Manny a day out. Kim and Cronenworth can all play. Cronenworth can play short. He can play second. He can play first. Kim can play. He's played third, short, and now second.
Mm-hmm.
Bogarts could have a day off. You could, if you wanted to, you could just rotate Kim through the lineup. He's one day Manny gets a day off. Bogarts gets a day off. Kim gets a day off, and then you use him as DH if you want to on those.
Sure.
Instead of, if you want to keep your team fresh,
mm-hmm.
you don't put him in the field every game. You could have Manny take a couple of days off, but he's DH for a couple of days.
Yeah, but you get
even though Manny's
yeah.
So maybe you extend Kim, and that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. Depth wins. It's depth that wins championships.
No, you're right. You're right. But give me a percentage that he gets extended. What's your thoughts right now? Chances that he gets extended as well.
I'd say 70%.
Ooh, 70%.
I don't think they want to get rid of their players that fans love, and it's not just a fan. Sometimes we have fan favorites where the guy is just he's just a guy.
Yeah,
he's really doesn't contribute to the team for some reason. You just like that guy, and you want
or there's some smart. I remember like Eric Owens,
Eric Owens, Tim Flannery was a guy back in the day.
Yeah.
Not a bad player,
sure,
but not the guy that's going to carry you over. And it's not like saying Kim's going to carry you over, but he's a solid player, and seems to be getting better each year hitting wise. Yeah. So I say like 70%. We'll see. It depends on. I think it really depends on what they're going to do with Soto too.
Yeah, Soto and Ohtani are the big ones, and seeing how that lands. Even though recent reports say Dodgers are gonna get him for $600 million. Blah blah blah.
I would say the Dodgers, if I was a betting person.
Yeah.
And I am, because I bet the Padres go 162-0. Lost that bet.
How's that bet going for you?
I really thought I had a good chance at that happening. Was going to retire after the season, but now I keep working. Yeah. But I would say the Dodgers, they didn't make any moves in the offseason. They let Turner go without even trying to sign him.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that they're going to offer. I just don't see. I mean, again, we've signed all these players.
Yeah.
I just don't see how we could add $600 million to the payroll.
Yeah.
And still sign Soto.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless we sign Ohtani and then we trade Soto for a bunch of picks.
Yeah. I think I'd rather have Soto between that and Ohtani, but Soto also needs to. I mean, I get it. He hasn't had a good couple games. It's baseball. The original theme of this episode is going to be, is it time to panic? Joking. Yeah. Only 2 games.
Well, you can see on Padre Twitter that people are panicking. But even your mom, when I woke up, she woke up today, and I go, oh, your Padres always get, the joke, Ted Leitner joke. Your Padres lost again. She goes, again? I said, yeah, it's only been 2 games. I mean, sure they look bad, and it's the Rockies, but the Rockies own us.
Yeah, the Rockies just own us. Bud Black must just have like some secret, deal with the devil that he can just beat the Padres at will.
And I tweeted yesterday about Charlie Blackmon. I go, it's time for him to retire and go work with Duck Dynasty.
How is he washed up against everybody else, but against us, he's like finds the fountain of youth.
Yeah, every time he's up, I said, just walk him.
Yes.
He's going to do some because Nick Martinez didn't pitch that bad yesterday.
Yeah, he made it 7 innings.
Yeah, he should have got out of the first inning with like the double play grounder. He was a little shaky in the first.
Yeah,
and then of course he gave up the bomb to Blackman. That was his worst pitch of the night. But of course, then Freeman was it Friedman, whatever his name is,
he was
Cy Young. And then what always bugs me, I got to say about Luis Garcia. This guy has like closer stuff. He's got great stuff, but yet he always gets the first 2 outs.
Yep.
And then he gives up a hit and a walk.
I
go, how can this guy never go 1, 2, 3? He ends up throwing like 30 pitches, whatever it is.
It's the first couple of games of the season. He'll settle in.
But no, I'm saying he always does that.
I'm trying to give him some. Maybe he'll be okay.
I mean, I like him, but he's one of those guys like, okay, first 2 outs. He should just start the inning with 2 outs.
Yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, no, I think this is good news for Padres fans. If you're worried about the first 2 losses, okay, it's a long season, but it's the first impression thing, right? You want to open the season,
right,
like with command. That's why the second I saw was the Rockets, I was like, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully,
well, I figured, okay, we got new blood.
Yes,
Soto starting the season fresh. Bogarts, Grisham looks like he's going to be solid, this year. All right, we're going to be okay. We don't have Fernando yet, and people say, oh, we need Tatis. Yeah, we need Tatis, but these other guys like Machado, Bogarts,
you have a team of
Soto have to step up. Even Bogarts has had a good first 2 games.
Yes, Bogarts and Kim are the only people that have gotten like multiple hits. I think the stat yesterday as the game was ending, I think Bogarts and Kim are like 6 and 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
The rest of the team is like 4 and 46. So
yeah, I mean they're just not. I mean, Soto looks lost at the plate.
He's obviously the oblique strain, like he was on fire. So he's clear to kind of refine himself. That stinks. There's clearly some reacclimation going on, but I think in the end, once it all clicks,
he'll be fine. I mean, yesterday we had. I mean, I don't know why we started off the bottom of the 8th. First 2 guys got on, and then what's his name? I'm drawing blank on his name. The outfielder. Good.
Azokar, the bunt.
Azokar. And he bunts. I'm like,
yeah, why give up an out? Even AJ Cassavell, who's a Padres employee, tweeted, I don't understand. Outs are precious. Why waste one? I guess maybe a double play, but
I get that. But if it was like a 2-run game,
yeah,
okay, I'd do that. To tie it up, and but I go, you're down 4 runs and nobody's hitting.
Yep.
I mean, Bogarts is, the next guy up.
Maybe they're like, okay, well, Bogarts is hitting. Like if he just gets like what he's been doing, like these line gappers and just that brings in 2 runs, easy.
Yeah, but you're still down 2 runs.
No, I agree. I agree. I thought it was weird giving up an out when we need.
I mean, I don't usually question the manager. But on this one, I was just like shaking. I go, I don't get that one.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
but again, if people were, of course, if they were hitting, we wouldn't have been in that position to have to sacrifice there either.
Yeah,
Azokar, I keep saying Azokar needs to beef up a little bit.
Yeah,
he's a warning track power guy.
Ringworm medication maybe to help.
Maybe that could help.
But yeah, so in short, excited Jake's got an extension. Hopefully it's not an April Fool's prank. I don't see this being April Fool's prank.
The April Fool's prank would be
awful.
It would be like, okay, the Padres are trading for Ohtani. They just signed Soto to a $600 million contract, which I think people would freak out because Soto hasn't been that guy yet. I mean, I'm not.
You just got to get it back. Got to get it back.
He did let a ball drop when Snell was pitching, or was it Kismet?
Yeah, the one in front of him. Yeah.
I go. You have to keep running because you had Grisham was right behind you.
Yep. You had the backup. Yeah.
And I said, why did he does that a lot where he stops, and I go, he had it.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
I agree.
And Snell, I don't even want to talk. I just don't get that guy. But it's
I don't think he gets an extension.
He's got the best stuff on the team.
He does, but
he doesn't try. I mean, he pitched
every game
4.1 innings, 4 1/3 innings, and had 93 pitches
and 9 strikeouts.
9 strikeouts. It's like when he decides, some players he starts nibbling, and other players he goes, okay, I'm just going to overpower him with my stuff.
Yes, just do that every time.
I mean, I know it's hard. I know he'll get
I can't do it.
I know he'll get in a rhythm, but I go, God, if I had your stuff, I'd win 30 games.
Yeah.
He's and plus he's one of those players too. Even when he's playing bad, you like him because he's a good guy. He's
a good dude.
Fun TV and
yep.
But God, just get through the first 2 innings without having 60 pitches.
Yep. But anyway, all right. Well, that will do it for this episode of Padres Talkin Padres. The goal is to at least do a video post every single series, a 3-game series, whatever. I guess it's a 4-game series, so it made sense to kind of break this one in half. So hit subscribe, hit the bell. We'll cover any big Padres news, any other crazy extensions that might come through or otherwise, plus covering the 2023 season. Jack's little thing there. Yeah, it's 159 teams. Wouldn't it be 160 and 2? 161 games? 161 games, sorry.
Oh, one game, yeah. No, one game gets ranked. One game gets ranked. Gets canceled.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
So stay tuned to this channel. Excited for this Padres season, even if it hasn't started out too solid. Go San Diego State Aztecs. S-D-S-E-S-T-S-T. All right, everybody, take care. And until next time, hasta luego and goodbye.